Yo, 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 what's going on? Spoofy here with TheCardGuyz, and I've got a little different angle today, trying something new. I think it looks pretty cool, not gonna lie. Today, I'm bringing you a new video, double upload Tuesday, twin Tuesday. I don't know what to even call this. It's gonna be pretty cool. But we're talking about ARG ban list, and as you see in the title, the best deck. And the title might be a little deceiving because I'm going to go over the ban list and then I'm going to discuss why we think the things we do. And I'm going to go ahead and say it now. After testing with multiple people, the entire TheCardGuyz group who've studied Peter, Noah, Cody, Blair, myself, Anthony, Jeffrey, Demarie, anybody else that I failed to mention, we tested a lot. Let me tell you this first and foremost. We tested probably a lot more than a lot of other people did on this list because I have a lot of confidence in a lot of my teammates going into Charlotte this coming up weekend, and there is a fine line between this format for ARG now and what a lot of players want to see. And what I'm going to tell you might come as a shock to some of you guys, but there is no best deck in the ARG format. And that's something that I've been wanting ever since the day one. Like, I think there should be a dark horse deck. I think there should be decks that can beat each other any given moment in time. Like, Necros, for a long time, you saw Necros, the only deck that could beat Necros was itself, if you catch my drift. And it beat everything else. Like, the only time it couldn't win is when there was a floodgate on the field. And, I mean, obviously that happened 99.9% of the time you saw a match with something other than Necro's mirror match, and you saw Patrick abuse that with Summoner Monk, Thunder King, or siding decking mistake, or Secret Village, or something like that. But I'm going to go through this ban list first, and I'm going to discuss why the TheCardGuyz do not think there is a best deck in this current ARG format. Okay, so we're going to get into it. Banned. We have Jhin, Releaser of Rituals. Alex got me on this. It is not Dijon, like Dijon mustard. It is Jhin, Releaser of Rituals. Fusion Gate, that just enables a lot of OTKs, FTKs, and stuff. Lavalval Chain, which we all said, which I said point blank, that should be banned. A lot of other people in my video also said that. Then we have Necros of Trishula, Royal Magical Library, and Banyan's Emptiness. I understand the Fusion Gate, Chain, Jhin, Library, and Vanities. Now, Trishula is a toss-up card. Reason being, it just, in the mirror match, it creates a lot of weird plays, and I can understand where ARG's coming from. It's one of those game-breaking cards, and if you can resolve a Triss and a Jhin at the same time, the game is over unless you have Book of Eclipse. So, like, I can understand why they banned Trishula, but at the same time, I don't. It's something that's just a wishy-washy pick that I think a lot of players had an influence on in the ARG format, kind of, said, and people agreed with. So, I mean, props to them for even coming out with that. I mean, I know I wouldn't have even said anything about banning Trish. Now, both Trishas are banned, which is crazy. But to one, Sir Malabranch of the Burning Abyss, El Shadal Construct, El Shadal Fusion. I'm reading it off my phone here, as you guys can see. El Shadal Construct, El Shadal Fusion, Elements of Hero, Bubble Man, and the reason why they put Bubble Man in one is because they brought Stratos back to one. I think that's a pretty cool thing. Then we got Instant Fusion, Mistake, Unicore, and they brought back Zen Mighty, which is pretty awesome. I'm going to go through these really quick. Sir was dumb because you could bring out a Dante main phase 2 into a freaking Magician, or whatever the hell that card's called. I forget after a while. Downer Magician, that's the card. That's pretty cool. That was a really good play for a long time. And being able to just cycle through the cards you've already gone through is insane to begin with. And being able to reproduce or reuse your effects like another Graph or another Skarm or like a Farfar, a Barbar, bringing back a Dante, bring back a Virgil. That is game breaking. So I can understand that. El Shadal Construct and El Shadal Fusion. I'm a Shadal player and I'm very sad about this, but I kind of understand where they're coming from. El Shadal Fusion got around everything Necros. El Shadal Fusion is chainable to anything. Constructs, it breaks my heart because they also put Instant Fusion in one, and I wanted to see when Noden came out, I wanted to play Denko Dolls again with Instant Fusion and Constructs and Nodin and have that deck at full power just once. That's all I wanted. Then you see Bubble Man and Stratos come back. I think that's pretty awesome. Stratos obviously boosting the hero deck. Mistake going to 1. I think that's the best card in the game this past format, and I'm glad it went to 1. I think all floodgates need to at least be at 1. If they're too good, ban them. Like we see with Vanity's Emptiness in this situation. Then we have Necros and Unicorn. I think that's the best Necros of them all, in my opinion. Unicorn just allowed for a lot more searching with Herald and the Kaleidoscope, and I wasn't really feeling that card. We all knew that was going to go to 1 in this format. And then Wind Up Carriers and Mighty. Now, Wind Ups rejoice. Yes, you got Carriers and Mighty. But I'm going to talk about the different things, why that doesn't even matter. Then restricted to 2, Dante, Dragon Ravine, Inzektor Hornet, Rescue Rabbit, Summoner's Art, TT, which is Torrential Tribute, and Wind Up Magician. And no longer on the list is Sorcerer, Darkhold, Bulb, Sacred Swords. Now, I'm going to go to no longer restricted. Sorcerer has nothing to do. Darkhold does nothing right now. Glow Bulb, of course. Sacred 7 Star, whatever. Dragons are irrelevant. So, I mean, of course, that's the 4 they're going to put back to 3. Now, going to restricted to 2, Dante, obviously, the same situation. I mean, you're kind of trimming the balls a little bit, hitting Dante to 2, which I can kind of understand. I think the deck would have been better if they hit if they didn't hit Dante but hit like Sir to 1 and Graph to 1 or Graph to 2 or something like that. I think that would have been a better balance for the deck other than just hitting Dante to 3, or just maybe like or Sir to 1, Graph to 2 or something. I think that would have been a lot healthier for the deck. It could have definitely been a lot more playable, and I don't know, like hitting Dante to 2, like I think they could have done something with the Mallow Branches instead without hitting the boss monster of the deck, which makes the deck play, you know. Then we got Dragon Ravine. Obviously, dragons aren't a thing, so they're Dragonities, guys. No. Inzektor Hornet, I don't think this is going to give the deck a lot of depth as people think. I think the card you need to come back to 2 is obviously Dragonfly. So, I mean, hitting Hornet is really nothing. Then you Rescue Rabbit. Tour Guide's at 1, so why even bother half the time with that card? Summoners Art, obviously, I think Towers Turbo's a thing still, or it just became a thing, and a lot of the time, you know, Summoners Art gets you your Scout. I mean, you already have a pseudo Summoners Art in Wavering Eyes. Then you got Torrential Tribute. That's kind of cool. We haven't seen that since 2012, I want to say, or something like that. So that's pretty cool. 2013. And then we have Wind Up Magician to bring back with the Wind Up Carriers and Mighty. Now, I want to get into this for a second. Now, you notice, they didn't hit 2 decks. I mean, of course, they didn't hit 1 deck. But that 1 deck is Satellar Knights. And we're in this, a lot of players are in this current mindset that, oh my god, they didn't hit Satellars, they didn't hit Cliff Forts. Those are the 2 best decks. And I'm going to go ahead and say this again. There are no best decks in this format. We've tested it all. We've tested Wind-Ups. We've tested Inzektors, Rabbit. I mean, obviously, those 3 decks weren't even going to be in contention. Cliff Forts obviously didn't get touched. Satellar's Knights didn't get touched. And you got Necros that can still play the game. That's the funny part about it all. Of course, Trish is banned. Of course, Unicorn's the one. But I've seen people playing triple mirror, triple cycle, triple mirror, triple cycle, triple shred, and double decisive armor, and like Exa and Great Sorcerer. The deck is still playable. The deck is still very viable right now. And obviously Denko's a card. So, I mean, obviously, you know, you're going to see Denko be more prevalent now than it was in the past, I think, because this is going to be a back row format, in my opinion, because a lot of players are going to sit on Satellars and think, oh my god, this is the best deck, when in reality, they're wrong. Reason being they're wrong, this format, I think, there's less room for misplaying than there was in previous formats. Satellars give a lot of public information, and there's less room for you to misplay in your matches. I mean, obviously, there's ways to play around it, like breakthrough skill is a way to play around the deck. Everything you can do, if you know what your opponent has, like they trigger back face-up calls and face-up finishes, and a lot of times you can't do anything about it. You're just going to lose. But a lot of times there's very little room for error with that deck. Same with Cliff Forts. Cliff Forts and Satellars kind of clash with each other. Cliff can, if they get first turn towers and they can stop an Excalibur play, they're going to win the game. Same thing for vice versa. You know, so tell us, if they go first and set up their play, you're not going to do anything to the deck. I mean, basically the only way you can win is if like they don't draw good. And like if say they summon Danko and do their play, like then you obviously you're going to lose the game. But I think it's a very mismatchy format right now with those two decks. I mean, obviously we're going to still see Necros. Right now I think we have another triangle format where it's not even one deck beats one deck beats one deck. In Triangle, I think that the decks in general can lose to any deck. You have heroes right now that have a Stratos. You have a Stratos and you have all these other traps. Noah was playing it last night. We were testing it, and the deck is very good. I mean, obviously, if you don't draw the best of hands, you're going to lose. Same with Necros, same with Satellas, same with Cliffforts. And there's no really big power plays in each deck other than like one. And that one is like, for Satellas, it's Trigger play, bring back your calls. Trigger play, bring back your fiendishes. Cliffforts, obviously, it's towers. Like towers, or like looping a stealth. I saw Demaria do that at Nationals. That was insane. Looping a stealth. With heroes, it's obviously like summon a monk, ditch a spell, get Shadow Mist, and then set a thing and pass your turn and go Danko all. That's your big play. And then on top of that, like obviously windups can do certain things now, like the windup loop with Soul Charge. But if your opponent has Max C, it's worthless. It is literally worthless. So I mean, like I've seen people hyping up so many decks when the four main decks right now are those four decks, and everybody's. I don't know how to. I really don't know how to explain it from here on out. Nobody really knows what to expect coming out of ARG Charlotte, because there is not a best deck. Now, don't get me wrong. I think a lot of the Alter Reality players actually had a say so in this format. I'm not saying names, but you guys all know who I'm talking about here. And I think that these certain players know a lot more about what's going on with this format than we even can fathom. And I think you're going to see these players do very well Charlotte because of that. Take it how you want it. I think it's a pretty safe bet to say somebody from one of these particular groups are going to do very well. I think they know a lot about more of the format than we do. I think they've known about this format for a very long, more time than we have, because they probably made the banlist themselves. But take that how you want it. There is no best deck right now. There isn't, until something happens. If somebody texts a card that makes something completely busted, there is not a best deck. And if you agree, if you disagree, let us know in the comments below. We want to hear your opinions on why you think a deck is the best, or a deck could be a dark horse of the format, things like that. I mean, we have to innovate right now since we don't have a Konami ban list, and we have to sit here and play ARG format, which it's been pretty fun so far. But let us know what you guys think. What's the best deck in your opinion? Do you agree with my statement? Tell me a big-ass thesis on why you think this, that, and the other. I want to know everything you guys are thinking right now. If you wouldn't mind, definitely check out supergamesinc.com. Be greatly appreciated. Those guys are awesome. If you buy anything from their store, definitely tell them the card guy sent you. That'd be awesome. But that's pretty much it for me, guys. Be on the lookout for a lot more Worlds videos very soon. Once we figure out the Worlds format, we will be definitely testing a lot, talking with Noah. You're going to see a lot more videos coming out of me, Blair, Noah, and maybe another couple special guests that I'll get into later on. But I'm pretty sure you're going to like what's coming on later on in this channel. That's pretty much it for me, guys. I'm Spoofy here with TheCardGuyz. See you later.
I got a single digit budget, $100 rigs, $1,000